For this math video, I'll be working two problems. The first problem I'll be working is 5x squared equals 2x minus 1. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move 5x squared over to the other side of the equation. So it would make it 0 equals negative 5x squared plus 2x minus 1. The next thing I'm going to do is use a different kind of equation to figure this out. And the equation is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2a. And this is the problem that I'll be plugging my numbers into. So I will have negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 2 squared minus 4 times negative 5 times negative 1 all over 2 times negative 5. Then we're going to simplify what is underneath the square root. So it would be negative 2 plus or minus the square root of negative 16 all over negative 10. 16 is a perfect square, but since it has a negative, we would have to have an imaginary number with it. So it's negative 2 plus or minus 4i all over negative 10. And just to help me with it, I always put it in two separate fractions. I would have negative 2 over negative 10 plus or minus 4i over negative 10. Then we can simplify them. A negative over negative makes it a positive, and 2 can go into 10, so that will reduce to 1/5 plus or minus. 2 can go into both 4 and negative 10, so it would be 2i over negative 5. And for this equation, you would end up having two answers. Your answers would be 1/5 plus 2i over negative 5, or 1/5 minus 2i over negative 5. And these are your answers for the first problem. For the second problem, it says, show how to find the vertex and axis of symmetry, then graph the following. My equation is f of x equals x squared minus x minus 6. Well, the axis of symmetry equation is negative b over 2a. And that's what I'll be using to find the axis of symmetry. The vertex equation is negative b over 2a, and then f of x, negative b over 2a. And this is the problem I will be using to find the vertex. To start, we will find the axis of symmetry. B in this equation would be negative 1. So you would have negative 1 over 2, and a is also 1. This would equal 1 over 2, which is 1/2. And this is the axis of symmetry, 1/2. Next, to find the vertex, it would be 1/2 for x. And then to find y, you have to plug in what you found on your first equation to the problem. And since I've already worked this out, it does equal negative 6.25. Your equation would look like this. This is what your equation would look like. And now we're going to graph it. And I've already made my graph over here. So the axis of symmetry is 1/2, so we're going to put it right in the middle of 0 and 1. And then our vertex is 6.25, so we're going to put it just a little bit under 6, and that would be our graph.